Are you struggling to get a stone roof to stay stable above your head? Do you need to work out the support mechanics to get everything nice and secure? Well, you're in the right place. Ladies and gentlemen, witchers, seventh sons, and Coca-Cola employees, welcome back to another Timoredbeard video. Today, I'm going to show you how to support a stone roof above your head. This can be great for making cellars or basements, and can be especially good for making tiered tower structures where you want to have like stone sections and then wooden sections up above, but you still want their stone roofs above the stone sections. I hope this helps. Before we jump into it, double checking that you guys know about the Discord competition, because it is underway and you could win yourself some Steam gift cards. The build is called Underground. There are some special rules. Make sure you join the Discord. Go check out the Valheim challenge channel and read the pinned posts. But otherwise, let's crack straight into this one. There are many ways to set up a stone roof like so, and I'm going to show you 3 ways that I've worked out which I think look aesthetically the nicest and also function the best. And for the most part, the first 2 methods that I'm going to show you are made of just stone. The third method, which is of course a lot bigger, does require some iron poles, but it does give you a lot more space also. But let's jump into this first method. So this first method is set up with a small pillar section 2 times over, connected via the arches with the roofs on top. And to make this, it's very, very simple. You find your midway point and you work out how wide your segments are. And ideally with this design, you want your segments to be no more than 2 walls, but absolutely no more than 3 walls apart. So I'm going to place down pillars here, 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 and here, giving us a 2 wall gap here, a 2 wall gap here, and a 2 wall gap here. We're then going to double these pillars up and increase them 1 more time with the assistance of a little ladder. And there's your basic structural support. Now, of course, the roofs aren't going to sit very nicely and will likely be very weak and not be a great surface for building on the top of them like this by themselves. So what we do is we add these archways. These archways are actually surprisingly good at supporting roofs. And we're going to do it like this. For symmetry purposes, obviously, technically we only need 1 archway, but then you end up getting it looking a bit skew-if. So we're doing it like this for now. And then 2 there. 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 2 there. 2 there. 1 more there. 1 more there. And then we're also just adding some on the sides of the pillars like so. And once you've got that sorted, you can now place your roof nice and easily, no problemo. Get up there. You can come in, place your stone flooring on top of here like so. And there are only 2 stone blocks that won't have any support and will be attached purely via squeeze mechanics. What squeeze mechanics are, as you can see, that there's nothing supporting underneath these 2 stone blocks, but if you place these 2 quickly, then they get squeezed in to the slot by the blocks around them and they stay held up. Even if they are a little bit weaker than the others, they do stay held up. And this allows us to have some freedom. Squeeze mechanics allows us to build a roof like this without having to worry about having some form of support underneath every single little roof piece. So that right there is your basic roof. So the second option here is my preferred option for smaller builds, because as you can see, these chambers are 3 walls wide on each side, and technically you can actually make these 4 walls wide with no problem using this technique by attaching it onto the walls on that side, which I will show you when we get onto the bigger build. But in order to make this, you're going to want to find your middle point again. We're going to create a Jenga pattern here, running up. Which just means that we're alternating the location of the bricks each time we go around. Like so. And that's our central pillar. And then what we're going to do is, instead of placing arches right at the very top, we're going to come a step down on each side of this pillar. But we will place it at the very top of these walls. Like so. And we will also play at the top of the pillar on each side, like so as well. And then what we're going to do is we're just going to get our way up there. And we're going to place down 2 more 1x2 blocks on top of the arches, like this. And now you'll see that they are at the correct height. And if we drop back down, we're then going to place our arches on the end of those 1x2 blocks, like so. And we have a much wider supporting arch that is still structurally just about sound. You'll see that these bits are a little red. This is about as far out as you can go in terms of supporting. However, they will support walls. They will absolutely support walls. Now, of course, if you look on this side, you will see that they are a orange color, like a pale orange. And that's because there's an iron beam running up the center of that. So that kind of gives you an idea of just how much wider out you can go with better structural support. If you do just put an iron beam running vertically up, there's nothing coming horizontally across, just that central pillar is supported by iron beams, no problem. So of course, now we're up here, we can build our roof.
Of course, using squeeze mechanics to get these walls, these roofs. Nice.
Like so. And as you'll see on this one, where we've squeezed these roofs in, they are getting pretty red. Whereas where they've been squeezed with the iron beams, you see they're orange. So the iron beam definitely helps. It's definitely not required, especially if this is your top roof and you're not going to be going any higher than that. Then you don't need to worry about having additional structural support to place things on top. But if you are going to go higher than that, then using an iron beam is probably wise. Now for our third wall, as you can see, there is a lot of space here. In fact, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 walls of space in between the wall and the pillar on each side. And now this build definitely requires iron. So what we're going to do in order to build this is we are going to come to the middle here, and we're going to place an iron beam like so. And we're going to place it like so that it goes down into the terrain below and goes blue. And then we're going to Jenga our way up like we did before. Making sure that we place our iron beams on our way up. And once we have reached the height that we want to reach using this method, we are going to want to do the same as we did on the support pillar before and go one down from the top and place our arches like so. And we're also going to want to do the same on the walls. We want to go one down from the top because we're going to use the same technique, the wall, as we are from the pillar, in order to extend our arch support. And then again on the sides, we're going to go at standard height at the very top of the pillar. Though, if you are building a large area, you might want to decide to go for the double wide arch on both sides of the pillar to extend widthways as well as lengthways, depending on your style, your aesthetic, what you fancy, of course. Once you have your arches in, you'll notice that, well, that is a long distance to gap. And of course we will make it a lot easier to gap by adding the second set of arches in. And to do that, you can either use walls like so, or floors like so, sorry, or you can use more 1x2 stone blocks. And as you can see now, there is a much smaller gap between that end and this end. But you will also notice that these supports are getting an awful deep shade of red. So I'm just going to place the rest of these arches in and then explain how we will improve the redness. So in order to bring this all up to a better structural integrity, we're going to take iron poles and we're going to place them like so, which are obviously connecting to the iron pole that we stuck out of the central part of the pillar, coming straight from the ground. And this is going to give a whole lot more structural support to all of these pieces. But what we're also going to want to do is we're going to run it all the way to this point right here. And then we're going to go to it on the other side. And then we're going to build the support pillars from the walls as well. So now we just want to remove one arch temporarily. And we want to place it so it's in like that, which means that that's connected now to that iron beam as well. And with that, we can come down like so. And then of course, remember to place your arch back in. Now you can cover these up with wood like I've done here, or you can leave them as iron, and that depends entirely on your preference in terms of aesthetics. But we are just going to rinse and repeat the same thing on this side as well. It snaps like so. Place the arch back in. And now we are ready to build our roof. Place our roof structures like so. And then we're just going to want to come across the iron beam like this. And I forgot, we also want to place arches here, 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 and here, so that we're only squeezing 2 blocks and not trying to squeeze 3 blocks. Because when it comes to 3 blocks and squeezing, you'll often find that the middle one decides to fall apart, and when the middle one falls apart, the whole thing falls apart. So I generally try to squeeze no more than 2 at any given time. Squeeze those in like so. And there you have it. A nice, big, stone roofed in area for you to use. Ladies and gentlemen, I hope this has helped. If you do like this video, please hit that like button, consider subscribing, and don't forget to press that notification bell. I do stream on Twitch from Tuesday through to Friday, starting at 1 PM BST. I'd love to catch you there. Links in the description below. Please do check out my Patreon and also my merch site in the description below. We have some exciting new merch coming soon as well, so keep an eye out for that. And last but not least, join the Discord. If you want to be a part of the Discord that has competitions such as building competitions, it has events such as Friday's Fantastic Thoughts and Pimp My Base, then definitely go check it out. And it's also a fantastic growing community. But otherwise, ladies and gentlemen, I've been Timoredbeard. Peace out and take care.